This is the real secret of life, to be completely engaged with what you are doing in the here and now, and instead of calling it work, realize it is play. The only thing that is ultimately real about your journey is the step that you are taking at this moment. That's all there ever is. If you miss the present moment, you miss your appointment with life. That is very serious. Practice is this life, and realization is this life, and this life is revealed right here and now. If you want to change the world, start with the next person who comes to you in need. My experience is that the teachers we need most are the people we are living with right now. Wherever you are, be there totally. I am here to tell you that the path to peace is right there when you want to get away. When you are present, you can allow the mind to be as it is in without getting entangled in it. Guilt, regret, resentment, sadness, and all forms of non forgiveness are caused by too much past and not enough present. Throughout this life, you can never be certain of living long enough to take another breath. Awareness is the greatest agent for change. When you do something, you should burn yourself up completely like a good bonfire, leaving no trace of yourself. The intuitive recognition of this instant, thus reality, is the highest act of wisdom. Drink your tea slowly and reverently, as it is the axis on which the world earth revolves slowly, evenly, without rushing toward the future. And when they played, they really played. And when they worked, they really worked. Heaven and earth and I are of the same root. The 10,000 things and I are of one substance. It really boils down to this, that all life is interrelated. We are all caught in an inescapable network of mutuality, tied in a single garment of destiny. Whatever affects one directly affects all indirectly. Preparing food is not just about yourself and others, it is about everything. Things derive their being and nature by mutual dependence and are nothing in themselves. Nothing ever exists entirely alone. Everything is in relation to everything else. We are here to awaken from an illusion of separateness. If we don't occupy ourselves with everything, then peaceful mind will have nowhere to abide. Flow with whatever may happen and let your mind be free. Stay centered by accepting whatever you are doing. This is the ultimate. The Buddha talked about saving all beings from delusion, not converting them to a new religion. Let your mind wander in the pure and simple. Be one with the infinite. Let all things take their course. Let go over a cliff, die completely, and then come back to life. After that, you cannot be deceived. People sleep, and when they die, they wake. Today, you can decide to walk in freedom. You can choose to walk differently. You can walk as a free person, enjoying every step. When an ordinary man attains knowledge, he is a sage. When a sage attains understanding, he is an ordinary man. The personal life deeply lived always expands into truths beyond itself. Each step along the Buddha's path to happiness requires practicing mindfulness until it becomes part of your daily life. Power over others is weakness disguised as strength. True power is within and available to you now. Self realization is effortless. What you are trying to find is what you already are. When the mind is perfectly clear, what is what we want. The way out of life and death is not some special technique. Essential thing is to penetrate to the root of life and death. The aim of spiritual life is to awaken a joyful freedom, a benevolent and compassionate heart in spite of everything. People usually consider walking on water or in thin air a miracle, but I think the real miracle is not to walk either on water or in thin air, but to walk on earth. Every day we are engaged in a miracle which we don't even recognize: a blue sky, white clouds, green leaves, the black, curious eyes of a child, our own two eyes. Not thinking about anything is Zen. Once you know this, walking, sitting, or lying down, everything you do is Zen. It's not about approving or liking, but just being able to allow the world to be the way it is without resenting, hating, or judging it. Only when you can be extremely pliable and soft can you be extremely hard and strong. It all depends on you. You can go on sleeping forever. You can wake up right this moment. To understand everything is to forgive everything. Any enlightenment which requires to be authenticated, certified, recognized, congratulated is false or at least incomplete. To follow the path, look to the master, follow the master, walk with the master, see through the master, become the master. Learning Zen is a phenomenon of gold and dung. Before you learn it, it's like gold. After you learn it, it's like dung. You are a function of what the whole universe is doing, in the same way that a wave is a function of what the whole ocean is doing. At the still point in the center of the circle, one can see the infinite in all things. No snowflake ever falls in the wrong place. Out beyond ideas of wrongdoing and right doing, there is a field. I'll meet you there. Why is the Tao so valuable? Because it is everywhere and everyone can use it. This is why those who seek will find. Do not seek the truth, only keys to cherish your opinions. Any experience of reality is indescribable. No thought, no reflection, no analysis, no cultivation, no intention, let it settle itself. You are never given more pain than you can handle. You never ever get more than you can take. In the scenery of spring, nothing is better, nothing worse. The flowering branches are some long, some short. There is no mistake in nature. Still water has no mind to receive the image of migrating geese. All the things that truly matter, beauty, love, creativity, joy, and inner peace, arise from beyond the mind. As a bee gathering nectar does not harm or disturb the color and fragrance of the flower, so do the wise move through the world. Zazen is an activity that is an extension of the universe. Zazen is not the life of an individual, it's the universe that's breathing. The whole moon and the entire sky are reflected in one dewdrop on the grass. Tao in the world is like a river flowing home to the sea. Trying to imagine what it will be like to go to sleep and never wake up. Now try to imagine what it was like to wake up having never gone to sleep. You are an aperture through which the universe is looking at and exploring itself. Things are as they are. Looking out into the universe at night, we make no comparison between right and wrong stars, nor between well and badly arranged constellations. Through our eyes, the universe is perceiving itself. Through our ears, the universe is listening to its harmonies. We are the witnesses through which the universe becomes conscious of its glory, of its magnificence. Who would then deny that when I am sipping tea in my tea room, I am swallowing the whole universe with it, and that this is very moment of my lifting the bowl to my lips is entirety itself, transcending time and space. One must be deeply aware of the impermanence of the world. The practice of Zen is forgetting the self in the act of uniting with something. The self divides into 10 billion distinct illuminating spirits. Distinguish this without falling into names and classifications. To study Buddhism is to study the self. To study the self is to forget the self. To forget the self is to be awakened by the things. Melting our attachment to self is the most powerful medication for bringing mental and emotional imbalance in check. I don't let go of concepts. I meet them with understanding, then they let go of me. The Zen expression kill the Buddha means to kill any concept of the Buddha as something apart from oneself. When you hear that all beings are Buddha, don't fall into the error of thinking there's more than one Buddha. Have good trust in yourself, not in the one that you think you should be, but in the one that you are. Zen has no business with ideas. What is important is not the right doctrine but the attainment of the true experience. It is giving up believing in belief. The menu is not the meal. Trying to define yourself is like trying to bite your own teeth. My finger can point to the moon, but my finger is not the moon. You don't have to become my finger, nor do you have to worship my finger. You have to forget my finger and look at where it is pointing. To accept some idea of truth without experiencing it is like a painting of a cake on paper which you cannot eat. If you are unable to find the truth right where you are, where else do you expect to find it? The meaning of life is just to be alive. It is so plain and so obvious and so simple, and yet everybody rushes around in a great panic as if it were necessary to achieve something beyond themselves. Life isn't as serious as the mind makes it out to be. Man suffers only because he takes seriously what the gods made for fun. Muddy water is best cleared by leaving it alone. The greatest effort is not concerned with the results. When I feel like dancing, I dance. I don't care if anyone else is dancing or if anyone else is laughing at me. I dance. Every being is in search of truth, but small fears go on preventing you. All true artists, whether they know it or not, create from a place of no mind, from inner stillness. The search for happiness is one of the chief sources of unhappiness. The resistance to the unpleasant situation is the root of suffering. For things to reveal themselves to us, we need to be ready to abandon our views about them. A follower of the way has neither form nor shape, neither root nor trunk, neither dwelling place like the fish leaping in the water. I cannot tell you any spiritual truth that you don't know already. All I can do is remind you of what you have forgotten.